I just finished reading The Gardener and the Carpenter by Alison Gopnik. She's a developmental psychologist out in Berkeley. And as the title states, she sees that there are two types of parents or parenting styles. One is a carpenter parenting style, and one is a gardener. And if you think about a carpenter style, it's one where there's a vision of what you're looking to build, and you do a lot of planning, building, measuring to get to that point. And often, especially if you're goal oriented, you may be seeing your child in that way where you're trying to mold them in a way to achieve this vision of success, whether that's high achieving, well behaved, or all of the above. As opposed to a gardener who will have seeds and certainly may have a vision for how they want their garden to look, but what they're focused on, instead of controlling, right, the plants themselves, they focus on setting the right conditions for the plants to grow. And they focus more on cultivation, as opposed to carpenter parents focusing more on control and getting kind of their child to be exactly the vision that they had. And if the carpenter style of parenting is not working for you, or if you want to try on the gardener style, here are 3 tips to do that. So the first tip is to set the conditions and not to control. So when you think about your child, what are the things in the environment that you can control that can help your child to thrive? So for example, if they're not getting their work done, homework done on time, or they're missing deadlines, what are things in the environment that you could change? Perhaps it's limiting their screen time as opposed to potentially diving in, either helping them with their homework so they get the outcome that you want, or setting really strict rules that again may end up demotivating your child or having them kind of lash back at your approach. The second tip is to observe more and direct less. As parents, it's easy for us to tell our child what to do. And again, it comes from a place of control. They're not doing what we think they should be doing, so let us redirect them. But instead, as a gardener, right, just observe what it is that they need from you and how might you support them, as opposed to just telling them what to do, right? Really focus and pay attention to what it is they need and pull from them kind of the help that they need to accomplish what they're looking to accomplish. And before I share the third and probably most important tip, I'll ask you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, if you found this video helpful so far. Now, the third tip is to be curious about who your teen is becoming, because as your child grows, from a gardener's point of view, you don't know what you're going to get, right? You've planted seeds, you're hoping it will be like this, but you're not sure. And so instead of wishing or spending your energy kind of expecting kind of your vision to come to life, just allow your child to grow into who they are becoming, and then you can adjust, right? How you set the conditions, how you kind of cultivate the right environment for your child. So this idea of just staying curious, right? Which is an extension of the observation in tip 2. So with that said, this week, if you start reflecting on your parenting, just see if any of these tips may apply in terms of stepping more into becoming a gardener parent, as opposed to what is a very natural stance, especially for high achievers, to be a carpenter parent. If you found this tip helpful, share it with your friends, and I recommend reading the book if you are a reader. Thank you.